Dystonia Not Me by Alan Williamson. Kingsgrove 2208. Narrated by David Tredinnick. I woke up Saturday morning with my head uncontrollably thrashing from side to side. My wife drove me to the emergency department of our local hospital. I was diagnosed with an incurable medical condition called cervical dystonia. It is a neurological muscular disorder. The doctors labelled me permanently physically disabled. I refuse to wear that label. I cannot emphasise enough that dystonia definitely does not control, define, or make me who I am today. However, it has given me the ability and strength to conquer all challenges. Dystonia felt like a boa constrictor was wrapped around my body. It slowly applied more and more pressure, twisting my body to the right. I became physically immobilised. I was unable to look straight ahead as my head became glued to my right shoulder. After diagnosis, I went to our local swimming pool, as I enjoyed swimming. I found I was unable to even swim one lap because I could not turn my head to breathe. To make matters worse, at the pool I was abused and declared a spastic by two women because of my involuntary movements, physical distortion, and inability to walk straight. They recommended I never leave home. With the severity and increased physical disability, I struggled to get out of bed or leave the house. I became suicidal, as I believed I had ruined the quality of my wife's life. I was now a burden, a noose around her neck. My first problem was eating, as I could not use a knife and fork together. I could not see things placed directly in front of me. My wife prepared my meals into bite-sized portions and placed them to my right. Problem solved. When I went walking, I would get annoyed with women walking into me. My wife advised me that others could not see my disability. My son said, "Step off the path and walk on the grass." Good advice, and far less painful, with no falls. Even though I loved driving cars, I found I was incapable to drive. With determination and experimentation, I discovered I could drive a sports utility vehicle, SUV. Another brick in the wall knocked down. Visiting art galleries and museums is still a problem. I cannot raise my head to view the articles on display without neck pain. When we went to the club, my friends would always go to the bar to purchase the drinks for me. I decided that I should try to go to the bar and carry the drinks myself. I looked like I was completely drunk whilst I tried to balance the drinks wobbling from side to side. Initially, the bar staff refused to serve me. They believed I was already drunk. I am passionate about sport and decided to take up lawn bowls, even though I cannot raise my head to see the jack. I memorised the location of the jack and other bowls. Then I bowl, losing my balance. I'm a good bowler. Playing golf became another problem as I could not see the golf ball in front of me. The simple solution was to change the golf ball from white to yellow. I can now hit a golf ball straight down the fairway. I have found water sports good for me. I especially enjoy using a stand-up paddleboard. The first time I tried, I was hesitant because my balance wasn't very good due to the uncontrollable movement of my head. Today I can now get on the board, keep my balance, not fall off, start paddling and stay dry. Water to me seems to equalise or neutralise my body, giving me complete freedom. To help overcome my physical problems, I have acupuncture, chiropractic and physiotherapy. I found physiotherapy combined with exercise made me more flexible with less pain. Around this time, I watched a television documentary on redesigning the brain. I found this series very helpful and put the recommendations into practice. I now have the tools, the strategies, and the strength to face and conquer my demons. It taught me to be more positive and to continue a proactive lifestyle. I regained my life and freedom, no longer controlled by dystonia. I started standing on cliff edges with my toes overhanging, knowing full well that if I fell, I would surely die. Onlookers thought I was suicidal and about to jump. It is an act I would not recommend, but for me it worked. I can now walk a straight line without stumbling or falling. The annoying problem today is sleeping. If I lay on my back, as soon as my head hits the pillow, my head moves uncontrollably. If I lay on my side, the uncontrollable movement of my head is so great that I feel like it is going to either fracture my nose, my jaw, or rip my eyes out. Sometimes now I forget that I have a physical disability because I am living a perfectly normal life. There are no physical restrictions on the activities in which I participate. When I meet someone for the first time, they cannot see anything physically wrong with me. A quote from Nelson Mandela: "It always seems impossible until it's done." I will not accept the words "I cannot," and always strive to find a way that I can. I could not have achieved this positive outcome without the unbelievable support of family, friends, and a wonderfully gifted neurologist. They helped me push through my boundaries, limitations, and associated psychological problems. Without them, I could have easily slipped into depression. They never deserted me. When I was unable to drive, they drove me everywhere. I found it was very important to continue socializing. Fighting the symptoms of dystonia and the associated physical disabilities has made me a better and stronger person. I am able to overcome all things thrown at me while I continue my journey through life. The end.